This woman met this man in a grocery store. Now, I don't know which country this happening. And guess what? The man approached her, telling her that he would like to, go out with her, have some fun, whatever, whatever. Don't know what fun means, right? Because fun can mean anything. Fun could mean enjoying their time out. Fun could mean rolling in the bed. Anything fun could mean. She decides to say, okay. Then the man told her, I'm married, but I'm just, just looking to have a good time, whatever. She still went along with it when the man said he's married. She said, okay, no problem. So if a man tell you that he got a wife and he just looking to have a good time, he invite you to the house, you really gonna go at that house? Seriously? She went to the man's house. When she got there, come to find out when she entered the house, the wife is sitting right there on the couch. And she said, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm going to leave. And the woman said, no, it's fine. You can come in. This fool still came in. The husband told her to go and wash up herself. She going along with this. Don't y'all know that she went in the people's bedroom? The man out there, I don't know what the hell this girl was thinking. Anyways, she went in the bedroom. The man came in there, had a good time with her. Then tell her, oh, she should go and wash up herself and, and he'll be back, whatever. She went, washed up, came back, put on her clothes, thinking that she can exit the room. Guess what? The man wife entered along with somebody else, some other man, and they had dogs. I can't remember if it was one or two, but a dog was in there with them as well. And she couldn't understand what was going on. This woman go to exit the room. Guess what? The room is locked. She cannot get out. Okay, why would the room door be locked with a man, wife, the dog, and somebody else in the room? And when she couldn't get out, what else is she going to do, right? Because she ain't got no key. She can't go and break the people windows, whatever. Don't you know that they made her sleep with a dog? Like have sex with that dog? Yes, because it's not like she can go anywhere. Even though she didn't want to do it, she didn't have no choice because they forced her to do it. Have sex with a dog. She did this. Now, all of this now just because somebody tell you they want to have a good time and they already married, but you still went along with it. Let me tell y'all what happened. By the time that she left that place, after allegedly about 2 hours of this dog thing going on, the girl said she went home, she scrubbed up, she did all kind of different things, but obviously it's already done, right? Next time that her monthly came now, there was some disgusting stuff that was coming out of her and she couldn't understand what was going on. But she was having dreams that she was seeing herself in a coffin, like laying down in a coffin like she is dead, is what she started dreaming. So apparently she went to somebody, but obviously they probably did like rituals on her, right? She went to somebody who told her to take this and do this and start doing all these different things to try to get rid of whatever is coming out of her body when she had the monthly and so forth. She did all of that. Seemed like it went away for a while, guys. Then it came back again. And she told one of her friends what's going on. And the friend said, you know what? I'm going to take you to this person who is also a ritualist, but he's a doctor. And this man told her she came just in time. She was going to die. So in order for her to stop this from happening, she has to now go and sleep in a graveyard, in a coffin, for 3 days. I'm like, wait, what? Sleep in a graveyard for 3 days? And he gave her one of those, what do you call those things? Those, like a mock doll. You know how those mock dolls, you watch TV, you've seen where they got those dolls that people can poke them and certain things can happen to you where you get pain or whatever. He gave her one of those type of dolls and tell her that when she go to sleep in the graveyard, take this doll and do not let go of it out of her sight. The girl's like, in a graveyard? The man said nothing is going to happen to you because what they have done to you is something that's going to end up killing you. Because they use you for rituals. They use you for rituals is what they have done. So if you don't go and do this, you're going to die. So you might as well go to the graveyard and sleep there for 3 nights. And then everything will be done. And I started thinking to myself, all of this just for having a good time, right? But the man that you met in the store, you don't know nothing about the damn man. but you gone to his house, even though you tell you have a wife. The girl said she has no choice. The man told her when she go and she lay down in the graveyard for 3 nights. She cannot have on no clothes at all. She got to be naked. But don't worry, nothing is going to happen to you. Because those dreams that you're having, that you're seeing yourself in the coffin, that's where you want to end up if you don't do it. She went along with it, guys, for 3 nights, naked, sleeping in the graveyard, holding up on this doll. But it went from her. The man explained to her that what the people did when they had her sleep with that dog, how they took her womb and all kind of nonsense. But I said to myself, you know how many women out there that just randomly meet men in a bar, supermarket, wherever they meet them, and they're ready to just have a good time. There's no way heck. The man told her from the get-go he has a wife. So he's just looking to have fun, you know. He will pay, he will get her money, whatever. Money caught her ear. And that's why she went and do this. And look how she almost lose her life over this year that they did. You think that she could ever forget for as long as she lived that she had sex with a dog? Terrible. For 2 hours that she said this went on with this dog. 2 hours. I wouldn't even tell nobody about my story or my situation, but she had no choice, right? Because why? If she didn't tell somebody, she would have died. So she ended up having to tell her friend about it because she wanted help. Because the first person that she went to told her to read these Psalms and all these Bible verses and all these different things. Guess what? It still didn't do nothing. It still didn't change. It stopped for a while. The mess that was coming out and all those dreams that she was having, but then it came back again. So I was like, I'll be damned. You guys know that you've heard of things like these happening where people use people for some rituals. I heard about it because my African people, they mention to me about things like these that happen. So when people say now, say, oh, that ain't true. That can't be true. No. Trust me, guys, it happens. It happens. I'm sure that Raphael is here, and Raphael can attest that he probably hears some stories along the way as well of things that happens to young girls, women, whatever. I'm sure that they probably got things out there that probably happens to men as well, but maybe nobody probably don't talk about it. Maybe not, right? But from what I heard is that these things are happening. So is her story unusual? No, it's very unusual, like, to hear about that. But for this one, I was like, what the heck? Somebody make you sleep with a dog. But did I say, what the hell was this girl thinking, though? You gonna let money make you a fool? You gonna let money turn your head to go and get involved in things that you might never come back from? Because possibility that her life could have been gone just like that. Just like that. And only God knows how they took her womb. I don't even know. Because when I heard about that, I was like, what? But that's what the ritualist told her that these people did, right? When they did whatever they did with that dog or whatever, they took her womb and some other brand of nonsense that they did here. And I'm like, oh my God. Can you imagine in this day and age? Good morning, Elizabeth. Welcome, everyone. I see you, Raphael. Can you imagine in this day and age that these kind of things are happening? They're happening. You might not hear about it happening in America, but these things are happening in other countries. And there's a lot more stories like this and similar that are happening. Peggy said, years ago, I heard a young lady came out and talk about this same thing that happened to her before. She didn't have to go, one moment, she didn't have to go up to the graveyard though. The lady said sleeping with the dog was the best thing slash sex she ever had. What? What? She said that? Are you serious, Peggy? What the heck? Sleeping with the dog was the best thing that happened to her? Is she all right? Where the hell was she from, Peggy? I'm curious now. Like, was this a woman that is from the U.S. or which country is this woman from? When you saw this, because I'm curious. Oh, God. The best thing that ever happened to her. Huh? I wonder how she figured out Supposing the dog had the ability to impregnate her. Can you imagine? She get impregnated with some pups. I don't get that. That's madness right there, so Peggy. What the heck? Well, you see, the difference with this other girl is that when they had her have sex with that dog, remember, they're doing ritual. So because they're doing ritual, they're gaining from it money, right? So I don't know what sacrifice they did or whatever they did. They know what they were doing. Patrina, I see you. They know what they were doing there. But Peggy, I am curious because I want to know which country that was in. I am very curious. And for her to come and say that that was the best sex she ever had with a dog, that's crazy. That's super crazy. I never hear nothing like that in my life. But there's always a first for everything, right? Always a first. I've heard of people cutting up people's body parts and all of that for rituals and all of these kind of things. I hear about stuff like that that's actually happened. Patrina said, Peggy Senior seemed like that lady loved doggy style. Jesus. Oh my God. That's crazy though. Can you imagine a woman that have the nerve to say that? Wow, wow, wow. That must have been a really big dog. Forgive me for saying that, but Jesus. We've heard it all. We have heard it all. Today, I tell you, Jesus take the wheel. But I'm waiting for Peggy to tell us if that was, which country that was in, because I'm curious. Because I'm sure that perhaps this one that I probably heard about, the person that talked about it was from Africa. I don't know which part of Africa, to tell you the honest truth, because the lady that was telling it, right, the story, and she's from Africa as well. She didn't elaborate which part it happened, but Jesus. For me personally, I say that women, especially young women, that they're looking to gain money because they want to do their hair, they want to buy their wigs, they want their nails done, toes done, all of these things. And money just to shop for themselves. They end up going and get in situations like this, not knowing the after effect, not knowing what's going to happen next, what's coming next to you. When you go and you do stuff like this, it is crazy. Think twice, think 3 times before you even going to get involved in stuff like this. Because there's no way that no man could approach me in no store. Don't care where he is. He could never just approach me like that and talk to me and say, you know, he want to just have some fun. He will give her some money. But again, the money, I believe, is what caught her. Money. Because the moment that the man said, I am married, right? There's no way that, no man can approach me just like that and say, let's have some fun. No, 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 hell no. That's crazy. Sophia Morgan, I see you in there. Welcome. So Selma says, Simply Sweet Peach, I'm sorry. Although it is a very hurtful story, I don't feel for her. You just met a person you don't know. He told you he is married. What are you doing going to his house? Period. Red flag. Enough. Her head can't be good. I don't think that her head is good neither. Seriously. I don't care how much money he gain you. He want you to come to his house. A married man. And he telling you it's okay, don't worry. He's just looking for some fun, to have some fun. And you're gonna get some money, whatever. I don't care what he was giving me in exchange. No way. Hell no. But Selma, I understand where you're coming from, darling. And totally agree as well. Like, that was one of the things I asked myself. What the hell was this girl thinking? What were you thinking? And you come in his house. You see the wife. You say, oh, you're going to leave. The wife said, no, you could stay. And the man tell you going to freshen up and you're going to... What? Seriously? No, hell no, no. She put herself in this, but again, it was probably the money that she was thinking that she was going to obtain that had her in that, put her in that situation. Grace said money is not everything in this life. And Grace, you are correct. But to a lot of people, money is what they think about. Money is on their minds, right? Okay, so Peggy says she was a black woman, maybe Caribbean. What? I'm not sure, but she was speaking from the U.S. Okay, I thought she was a nutcase. Well, she is, obviously, because if that sex with a dog was the best sex she ever had, what the hell? Seriously, and she had the nerve to come out and talk about that. She should be ashamed of herself. Peggy said those men with those huge dogs run. True. They're looking for a woman along with dogs. Yes, she said it was a huge dog. That's what I'm saying. It had to be. Because she couldn't have went with no smaller dog that said, God, let me, Jesus, take the wheel. That's crazy. Patrina said that woman does not have any self-respect. Why go into someone's home, especially when you meet his wife there? Exactly. The man already tell you that he married. So what do you think that his wife is? Where's his wife, in your opinion? You think that he gonna tell you to come to his house to have a good time and his wife is not gonna be there? You thinking that the wife probably at work or invisible? No. So you are right as well. She had no self-respect. Exactly. Until she got that shock of her life when the door is locked, the dog is waiting for you, the dog already in heat. You gotta drop your clothes, you're naked. Obviously. I mean, oh God, Jesus. Any woman that go through something like that, even just whether they did it willingly or whether somebody forced them to do it, but the willingly one that come out and talk about it, something wrong with her head. I'm sorry to say something is wrong with her head. What if that dog release inside of them and they get pregnant? What are they going to bring in this world? Oh my God, Jesus, take the wheel. Ay. Oh God, I tell you. I never hear nobody willingly come out their mouth and talk about anything like this. Peggy, have you ever come across that video again? Ever? Because I know even though it was a few years ago, it's probably still on the internet. Please send it to me. Because I would like to see that woman. Seriously. But Linda Muhammad is saying, good morning, Sweet Peach. I am thinking that this lady may have been a lady of the evening. It might not have been her first time going with strangers. And you are right. You are right. Exactly. As long as she hear money, she probably was there. Just mention the word money. Mention that she's going to get paid, and she probably was there, willing to do any and everything. Lord have mercy, because who goes out unless you are, you know, a shy hole who's at the corner looking for men to pick you up to make money, who just goes and just meet men in the grocery store and they tell you they want to have fun and you just go with it. Just like that. No other thought, just the money. All you heard was money. You know if that man got HIV, you don't know if he got HIV or not, but you ready to be there with him. Seriously. Catty, hello. Catty says such babies do not survive because of hormonal imbalance. Cause that's what I'm saying. What kind of I don't even want to think about it because it's crazy. You know what I mean? It's not like one of those things where you can tell a dog to put on a condom. You know what I mean? Like, God, even thinking about that is crazy. Jesus. And then I'm trying to figure out these people that go with such and they think that it's okay and it was the best that they ever had. I'm wondering, do they get sick? I mean, I'm thinking crazy now, right? But this is madness. But Peggy, thank you for sharing that because I would never have believed that they would have somebody that would come out and say that. So that person, they're probably not right in their head. This girl herself did not come out and tell her story herself. Right? They shared it with this African woman, like I said. She's the one that is telling the story. Oh, God. But Peggy is saying to Patrina that she said she was scared once the man came out with a dog and told her to undress. Lo and behold, it was the doggy. I wish I've seen her come back out with her results and how she's coping after doggy style. But Peggy, you said she already came out and she said that was the best sex she ever had. But seriously, please send that video if you ever come across that. Because I never heard anything like that. Maybe they took down that video. Only God knows. Because some people will come along and hear about stuff like that. Somebody telling it, right? about what happened and how it was, and they might start to report videos like that. But that's crazy. It's heck. Jesus. Tyler Phillips is saying, there's a saying that a man would sleep with a dog. But now I know a woman is the same. Shaking my head. True. You're right. They say a man will sleep with anything, right? As long as it... But that one there, so... I don't know. That woman that Peggy's talking about, okay, the man came up with a dog and told her to undress. That means that she did that against her will, meaning that that man is probably the one that forced her to do that then. Just like this other one here, so she had no choice. She in that woman's house. The woman came in with another man and they had the dog. When she tried to unlock that, tried to open the door to exit, door lock. So that means that this was a plan. This husband probably already done told his wife, man, I got a girl. I met her at the store. I told her to come and have some fun. She's coming over today or whatever. Got everything prepared. But before we bring the dog, let me just test the water first. Because he slept with her first. And then he told her to go and freshen up. Then when she came back and dressed, guess what? You don't dress because you got to undress again because you're not leaving this house. Oh, God. So they already targeted somebody, right? They targeted her. They were looking for somebody to have that ritual done. So she was the perfect one that said, yes, no problem. You're just looking for fun. You're married, no problem. I'll be there. Hell no. Thank you for sharing, Tessia. Lord have mercy. Telka said, true. Oh my God, they are both wicked. Yes, they are. And even though they're wicked because they plan it, she's still silly. You're living in a country, because obviously if you're in that country and you're hearing about other things that are happening where other women are being used for rituals and different things like this, you think that nothing like that can happen to you? Who said that use exempt? You know how many shareholders sometimes there's be out there that just go with people and some that end up losing their life because maybe they met a crazy person, maybe they met somebody who, yes, they get them the money, they put up the money, but then they have the fun and they said, B, give me back my money, you wasn't good or whatever, or you didn't do what I... You know how many people lose their life over stuff like that? Come on. Heck no. Dog. Jesus. I would probably want to complain myself before I allow that. I'm sorry. I don't know what situation that got these people to went to that place to... Chick said it takes X or Y chromosomes to make a specific gender in human form. I can't imagine what the baby would look like, what the baby would be like. Given it would be mixed with a dog, bio makeup, LOL, talk about monster. That would be so strange. That's what I'm telling you. Because that's one of the things that went through my mind, right? When she said that the next time that she had her menstrual and all this nasty looking stuff was coming out of her and stuff like that. But again, that was all part of the ritual, right? She was like, oh my God, that's what got her scared. But can you imagine? Grace is saying in Europe, many are having dogs. What? I am wondering what is the reason. Grace, wait. When you say many are having dogs, are you talking about humans? Women? Grace, tell me that that's not so. You're talking about women that are having dogs as babies? Grace, elaborate there. Because that's what I want to know. If that dog, you know, releasing them, what's going to happen? I know CC saying that it won't survive or whatever, but now Grace is saying in Europe many are having dogs and wondering why. Unless you mean that many people are having dogs as pets. Maybe that's what you mean. Dogs as pets. But Peggy Senior is saying, simply speech, I believe that she was forced. I'm not expecting the dog. Yes, the lady that you're talking about, I believe that as well, based on what you're saying. If you're talking about the lady that you mentioned. Because if she's saying that the man came with a dog and told her to undress, then yes. But how could she come out and have the nerve to say that that was the best sex she ever had? Heck no. But Grace says some, they love their dogs more than their own children. And that's true, you're right. There's plenty out there that does that. They love the dogs more than they love their children. You are right. Peggy said, ladies, be warned. Going to some men's house, you don't know what they have planned for you. Exactly. There you go. Just like this one that I'm talking about. These people already planned that. That is why when she came and she saw the wife and she said, oh, I'm going to leave. It's okay. No, that's why the wife said, no, you could stay. Because they already planned that. They already figured, hey, we're going to use her for rituals. We're going to be gaining this money from her, right? Whatever ritual they did. And it was all about the money for them as well. So she was a perfect target. So you are right about that, Peggy Senior. Be very warning, very careful. In this day and age, it's not easy to go and meet men or women as well. And everything just goes smooth. That's why a lot of people just stay by themselves. Peggy said, no, they are bunking their dogs. Yes. Are you talking about the owners? The owners are the one that's bunking their dogs? But I mean, if a person, okay, like the person that Peggy Senior is talking about, that woman, the man told her, brought out his dog and told her to undress. That means that that's not the first person that he did that to. That's something that they're doing on a norm with people, right? So, but Peggy says she's talking from the U.S. Look, I ain't even trying to figure it out here because it's just crazy. It's like unbelievably crazy is what I'm going to call it. Grace said many families are keeping dogs in their apartments. So yes, you are right. Plenty. We hear about it all the time. There are plenty. True, Peggy said, but she loved it. Well, that's what I'm saying too. We saying that she was forced. Okay, initially, maybe she was forced to do this, right? Only God knows, maybe she didn't know that they were going to make her sleep with a dog. But for her to come out on the internet and tell millions of people, because I'm sure millions of people saw that video, that was the best sex she ever had. Seriously? No. That part there so is crazy. I don't care if you were forced to do that or not. Why would you come and tell people? That mean that you probably would do it again then. Because it was the best you ever had. So that means you probably will be willing to do it again. How's their body going to be after that inside? Oh, God. This is madness. And I have never heard about anything like this before. No, I have never. Not as long as I have lived. I know that in other countries, yes, they say that women sleep with all kind of different types of animals. Look, this is just crazy as hell here. The whole model to this story is don't just go and meet people just like that, whether it's women or men, and just randomly invite them to your home to have a good time. Don't. Because just like how they could plan to do stuff to the woman, you don't know what a woman got planned for that man. And if they come and they ain't got no protection, how do you know that that person don't have HIV or something else going on? How do you even know, right? It don't make sense. I saw a Jamaican woman on TikTok telling about a story that happened to this woman who was a church-going woman, never had sex before. She was saving herself for marriage. I think she said she was a nurse as well. And this woman met a man who was coming to church and all of that. And he want to marry this woman and whatever. He ain't got no problem that she's saving herself till marriage. But wait, this is what he did. 3 months before they were supposed to get married, he talked the girl into having sex, because they're going to get married soon anyways. Talked her into doing this. The Jamaican woman said that. Guess what? She went along with him, did it because she's thinking, hey, he's going to be my husband anyway in the next 3 months. So what's the big deal? Guess what happened? After she had sex with him, he starts slackening up from coming to church, slackening up from calling her. And then he got the nerve to message her to tell her that she needs to go and get herself checked, like an examination. She went, they didn't find nothing. But then she went back again and come to find out that the girl got HIV from that one encounter with a man that she was going to marry. But in that space of time after they did it, calls start coming in like they used to. He started coming to church as often as he was coming. So she wasn't hearing him much, not knowing what's going on. That means that that brat probably already knew that he had that, and he gave it to her. And then got the nerve to tell her going to get herself checked. Like, what? First time ever that she's having that in her life with this brat. So the woman said after that, the girl slacking up from coming to church. And, you know, she could only go to work so much when she could because, again, she got the virus. And the woman said she ended up dying. She even asked people, told people on that video, if you know the person that I'm talking about or whatever, please don't go and start typing the person's name in the comment section or nothing like that. Just please don't do that. But she's just putting it out there to tell people that to be very careful, because you can see a man's face, but you don't know their heart. So be very, very careful, because look how he gonna talk you into that. Patrina, you're a mess. Patrina said, I wonder if she hollered or barked. Jake said, I would imagine that women who are into them strange acts more than likely would have those big dogs with big sausage. Jesus. They would probably keep them in their house as well, or keep them in their yard, you know, because some people got dog houses as well, right? She said with big sausage, perhaps they train them to do many different styles too. Only God knows. Oh my God. Only God knows, chick, right? Because, you know, if the woman go and she go on her knees or whatever, she tell the dog, come, Boots, come, Boots. Only I don't even want to think about that madness. But can you imagine? Maybe the dog is their partner. You never know, a partner for sex. Jesus, can you imagine? Peggy Senior said, if you're meeting a man, don't go to his place of residence. Make sure that you arrange to go elsewhere, like a hotel. If he comes with a used suitcase, panic before going into that hotel room. And check that suitcase. It might be a dog. LOL. What a world we're living in. I'm telling you. Look, don't even go to the hotel, because you don't know what other kind of ritual or what other kind of stuff that man is coming with. He might not even have to have a big suitcase. He might be coming with something very tiny that has some sort of juju or something. Oh God, we don't know here. So I'm saying don't even go nowhere. I ain't going to his residence. I ain't going to the hotel room. No, because we don't know. Oh my God, Jesus, take the wheel. Grace is saying it's very important. Do not trust the church people too. Trust only the living God, Jesus Christ. Amen. I'm going to amen and amen that, Grace. You are right about that. Oh God. Because look at that one, right? He in the church. Soon as he got the cookie from the woman that he want to marry in 3 months, look at what happened, right? He's slacking up from coming to church. Everything just turned sour. Stop calling much, stop texting much. He already had that plan too, right? That he was going to talk her into having sex before marriage. Hey, Jesus. But you are right about that, CSO Grace. Exactly. Because guess what? There are people and humans just like us in the world. They are. So, of course, they still have those tendencies to go the wrong way, to say the wrong thing. Trust me, they do. So you are right. Liz is saying, this is so sick. God help humans who engage in this act. I'm telling you, madness. Caddy said madness, but this is real. And you are right. You are right as well. That's why when you hear about things that happen, or even read it for yourself, and people say, oh, that can't be true. Yes, it is. Some of these things are definitely true. It's just that you never lived to experience it. Or maybe nobody that is close to you experience it to tell you their experiences. But these things happen. And worse. Trust me, and worse. Oh, God. Grace, a very hard subject. The part that got me is the one that Peggy told us about. The one that had the nerve to come on the internet and show her face to tell people that was the best sex she ever had. Seriously? Jesus. Oh, God. And only God knows, maybe she wanted to go and try it again. Or she wanted to do it again. And the question is, did she? Did she go and try it again or do it again? Only God knows. Only God knows. Or she probably figured, you know what, I'm going to get me one of those dogs. I'm going to go and get me one of those type of dogs. And I want one just the size of that dog that that man had. Eliz is saying, don't trust people who aren't ordained by God. Darling, even sometimes the one ordained by God, they still backslide, they still do things that human people do. Trust me. They say it's not the church, but humans. True. You're right. It's not the church. You're right about that, right? Because the church is a building. It's a place of God, but it's humans. It's the people. They're humans. Trust me, they are. They're just like anybody else, meaning they got human tendencies, human thoughts. They're humans as well, right? So you all are 100% correct. Tessia, thank you so much for the 80 stars. Appreciate you. True, Ingrid. Grant, yeah, you're right. Trust your Holy Spirit. Amen, amen, amen. Exactly. Trust that, because trust me, the Holy Spirit will reveal and show you a lot of things. A lot of things that you would not normally think that it would, but it does. Exactly. And show you a lot of things that humans do, right? Human acts, human thoughts. So trust me, the only person to trust is God. That's the only person you should trust in this life is God. Eliz is saying, please, guys, remember to keep us Catholics in your prayer for our beloved Pope Francis. We will, Eliz, we live. You can pray for people, you can pray for each other, but the only person you should trust is God. I'm telling you today. Grace is saying, a pastor was preaching many years in the church. He had family with 2 kids. After he left the church, I saw him in a Bible TV page. He was telling in his private time he was watching very, very bad films and pictures. Yeah, because he's human. He's human, right? Sometimes people go to pastors, preachers, and telling them their personal life stories, personal business, whether it's about their husbands or whoever, and you would think that that's kept confidential, but sometimes it's not. They might still gonna reveal it to somebody else. You might not hear that they did it, but they do. So again, we are talking, the WhatsApp one, Caddy, we're talking about people that are still humans, like other humans out there in the world that may not be, that are of the world, right? So again, this is just the world that we live in. And we're all humans. Cheryl says, Sweet Peach, I loved by a woman who was having sex with her dog. Maybe you live by a woman who was having sex with her dog. She had a baby and the baby had a dog head. And the baby didn't live long. What? Really, Cheryl? Oh, Jesus. You see what I'm talking about? That's why I was here wondering what would that baby look like? What would that baby look like? I was wondering if these people ever get pregnant. Oh my God. And the baby didn't live long, right? Because the baby probably have some genes from that dog. Lord have mercy. Jesus, take the wheel. I'm telling you. That's why I say there are real life things that are happening out here. And if we don't read the newspaper, read the internet, watch videos, some people see things and they say, oh, that's not true. Then people are just playing. They're just making up these things, not knowing that these things are real. A lot of these things are real that are happening. Jesus. Can you imagine how many other animals some people probably slept with when it was men or women? Because now we know that women are doing the damnest things. I'm sorry. No, we already got 3 women here on the list this morning that we don't know personally, but they slept with dogs. And one is telling the whole world that that was the best sex she ever had. Oh, God, Cheryl, thanks for sharing that. That's crazy. Jesus. Whooping cough is on the rise. Oh, okay, Peggy. I haven't heard of that, but thanks for sharing that. Lord have mercy. Donna, I see you in there. Anybody else know any woman, that any other women out there that slept with a dog or a horse or whoever they go with? Because my God, I could sure that maybe in countries that we never heard about, there's probably some women out there that probably sleeping with a lot of animals that got big stuff too. Only God knows. Gladys, I see you in there. Welcome, welcome. Lord have mercy. Yeah, Eliza, exactly. That's probably why that child probably didn't live for long that Cheryl talked about because probably had some whatever CC called a chromosome, whatever from that dog. Having a dog head. I'm sure that they probably got some that got dog face and Lord Jesus. Yes, Sherelle, it's been a while, darling. How are you doing? Welcome. Hey, but Gladys said strange things are happening around the world. Abomination. Exactly. Very strange things. Things that don't even get to the internet. Don't even get to the news. Many things are happening. And when you hear them, you shake your head and you wonder, what the heck? What? Really? Seriously? Because now you're wondering if it's true. Because you never heard about anything like it. But today I am shocked. Because I thought that one I heard about, that they forced her, made her sleep with a dog for rituals. I thought that was the only thing I heard about. But no, Peggy enlightened us that somebody actually came on the internet and said that they did it and it was the best sex they ever had. Who does that? I want, Peggy, did that person really show their face? Like, did she really have a straight face while saying that? Something was probably wrong with her. Maybe that dog messed her up or something. Because I can't believe somebody will come out and say that. Michelle Grant said they should look up because that's animal abuse. True, you're right, but the animal ain't thinking that way. The owner ain't thinking that way, right? But you are right. So if that got out, that there's people out there that are doing that, whether they're doing it for rituals or whatever, then yeah, those people should be arrested. Yeah, that's not good at all. Yeah. Oh my God, it's terrible. Grace says some women have become modern. Very sad. Devil tries his best, but keep contact with God is best. Facts. Yeah. Caligula era is back. My God. Glad to hear that. Sherelle said all is well. Work got me so busy, but today I've got 30 minutes free. I totally understand, darling. Thank you for joining in. I know it's the early morning when we come now, 7:30 time, so I understand, right? We gotta do what we gotta do. Alma Williams said this is crazy. Very, very crazy. Very crazy. Even the thought of it, to imagine. But I'm sure that CC's coming. CC probably heard about this all the time. Hello.
Yeah, good morning, Peach. How are you?
I'm doing good. And yourself?
I'm okay. Did you have a lovely Easter? Happy Easter, everyone.
Thank you. I did, darling. How about you?
Yeah, I think we did. It's just that we were here to witness the Pope's passing. Well, may his soul rest in peace. Yeah. So the Pope is gone. Yeah. We're going for a new Pope.
Okay, yeah. May he rest in peace.
Yes. Well, I have changed my my ways when people pass away, popular people.
Okay.
Not even popular people, anybody nowadays, when you pass away, I say, may your kindness follow you.
Amen.
Yeah, because, hello, good morning, Elise, good morning, Tekla, good morning, Doreen, how are you? Doreen, you were supposed to make me some nice clothes, I'm still waiting. And who else? Good morning, Peggy. Hey, is that Sophie?
It's gonna take
Sophia.
time.
Yes, it doesn't. For here in the UK, it doesn't take time from Ghana to here. It will come.
Well, I mean, you said she got to make the clothes first, right?
Yes. Yeah. It's not hard. It's not hard at all. It's not hard. Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. So, Peach, what are you talking about, dogs and humans? Of course, prostitution houses, brothels have been using dogs forever.
What?
Yes. There are even dog, how do you call it? Dog hotel.
Dog hotel? You mean a hotel?
A hotel for dogs where humans can frequent.
What?
Yes. Yes.
See, what country is that?
Well, I don't want to embarrass anybody, so I'm not going to be calling countries. But yes, we live in Europe. These things are normal.
What? I never
Yes,
heard
and
about that yet,
also,
ever in my life.
yeah, okay, I understand. But it does happen.
Wow, wow, wow.
It does.
A dog
Yes.
hotel.
A dog hotel where dogs live. Like if you're traveling out of the country, you can take your dog to a hotel to live as well,
Right.
because you can't travel with the dog, so you bring your dog there. In those kind of establishments, you do have people who hire PROS people, ashawos, to go and entertain their four-legged people. Yes, they do. Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
And, I remember when I was living in the other country that I was living, some people used to even point fingers at some women and say, don't you see why she always has that dog on her lap? Or they will say, don't you see why she has such two mastiff dogs, those big dogs, you know?
Wow.
Yes, they talk about them. I remember. And there was one time I was even living in a village.
Mm-hmm.
And there was this woman, she had about 3 dogs, and big dogs. And all those women, when we used to drop our children at school, they would be laughing and they would be giggling at her.
Wow.
And they would be saying that, oh, do you know? Oh, yeah, you don't know why she needs the dogs. And those kind of people, you see that if you talk to their dogs, my goodness, they are like crazy on you.
The dog
But
ready
to be honest with you,
to bite their head off?
They are ready to bite your head off if you do anything funny.
Right.
Yes. Here in Europe, you take people with their dogs very, very seriously.
Wow.
You don't attack people's dogs. You don't if you own a dog and you are too close to your dog and you're always hugging and kissing your dog, people are gonna look at you very, very suspiciously.
Well, true too. Wow, wow, wow. Jesus.
Yeah. They're going to look at you very suspicious.
Wow.
That's why people don't do such things here.
Yeah.
They just you respect their dogs. They respect your space, and that's why when you own a dog, you have to bring the dog to a school, to training. You have to train the dog.
But see, what are your thoughts on what Cheryl said? Cheryl talked about that dog, that woman that she lived with that had a dog, and she had sex with a dog, and then she had a baby that had a dog face, and the baby didn't live long.
I don't know if that was supposed to be possible, because you know, because I need a little bit of them. You know, there's a reason why when a woman's sperm come in contact with a man's sperm, even if it's on a petri dish in a hospital or somewhere like that, it's gonna germinate, right? It's gonna germinate and form a baby. Yeah. Because that's supposed to happen. The chromosomes and the genes, the hormones are going to activate each other. So I wonder if when that happened, I wonder how that was possible to have happened. Because we are not dogs and us are different. Yeah. In terms of chromosomes. So that fetus was not even supposed to be germinated. So I wonder when people, now let's take it that this story was okay, that the fetus did get germinated, which scientifically it's wrong. It was not supposed to happen. That human egg was not supposed to have been fertilized or germinated by that dog's womb. It doesn't happen. But let's just take it hypothetically that it happened. That baby will never ever survive. And I don't even think that baby survived a day if it was actually born. But the dog's sperm or the dog's eggs were not supposed to be fertilized by a human sperm or a human egg. It will not fertilize because we don't have the same chromosomes. It's just like pouring water into oil and you expect the two to merge. They will never merge. They will always stay separated. So that's why I'm thinking, how did it happen? You know, in some places now, if you look, you will see in some farms, these farms which are run by ordinary people, not these big scientific farms. I'm talking like my own kind of farm where I have a goat and a sheep and things like that, and chicken and ducks. The chicken can sleep with the duck, yes, but they don't have kids.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
They don't have kids. There are no duck chins or chick ducks. No, there are no chucks. It doesn't happen. It does. They can. They do sleep with each other. Yes, don't get me wrong. Ducks, these cocks, cockerels can do. They do sleep with ducks. The cock, the big cock. The cockerel. He can sleep with a duck. He can climb him and everything, but they don't make babies. Even dogs. You know, dogs can sleep with ducks and chicken and cows, but they don't make babies because they don't have the same.
Sorry.
They don't have the same. Wow. They don't have the same genetic material for it to form a baby. The A plus B, it doesn't equal to C. 1 plus 1 doesn't make 2 in their own case. Their own case, 1 of a duck and 1 of a cow. That stays a duck and a cow. It doesn't become a cow duck.
True.
A duck cow.
You are right.
Yeah. So that's why I know that story was created for people to think, okay, now let's go down the thinking route. It will not germinate. The baby will be born, but the baby will struggle to breathe because remember, if his father is the dog, his lungs are going to be smaller. His lungs are going to be smaller, and he will not be able to breathe, to generate enough oxygen to take his brain. You know, our brain is very, very big, right? The human brain is the biggest. Yes. So the dog's lung of the father will not be able to generate so much blood and the nutrients that the brain needs. So the baby is going to die. Number 2, the heart is not going to pump the way the human heart. You see the animal, when they see that, you see how they breathe? Very, very fast. Have you seen?
True, you're right.
Have you noticed? Animals breathe fast. They breathe 3 or 4 times faster than us. So that means they have the blood pressure that that dog human would pump into the baby. It would just kill the baby. So that's what I'm saying. From fetus, that baby would not have been possible.
But CC, Cheryl said, yes, it was possible. The older people told us never to tell anyone, so they buried the baby. The one that she's talking about, that didn't live very long, that the lady had, you know, SEX with a dog, and the baby had a dog face. She said they buried it and told her not to tell anyone. Lord have
There you go.
Marcy K, thank you so much for 100 stars. Happy Wednesday. So maybe that was one weird case, CC, where that one came, but the baby didn't survive for long.
It would not survive. It's true. Just like I said, let's say it survived. Not that they lied. No, I never tell people that they lied. No, never. Let's say that baby survived. That's why I said that the blood pressure of the human heart, it would be the dog's heart that this baby may have been born with would be beating too fast, would kill the baby. The brain of a human will be too small. So scientifically, the baby will definitely have to die.
Yeah.
Definitely have to die because it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. Just like people were saying a long time ago here in old England, remember when they used to call this something they call a centaur, C-E-N-T-A-U-R, centaur. People used to believe that those things existed.
Wow.
But they didn't exist. It's just a human's mind wondering that what if a horse would sleep with a human? Can you imagine the baby they will have? And people thought, oh yeah, they will have a center of horse, a half human, a half horse. Why then,
Lord have
if
mercy.
these half human, half horses were
Yeah.
so popular in the past, why have we not been having half human and half horses running around? Do you know how
True.
curious the human mind is today?
Lord have mercy. Oh, Jesus. Peggy got another
Yeah.
story now about... Peggy said one woman was on social media last week crying that her goat is hurting. Unbeknown, a man raped the goat and
Yes.
the goat looks really hurt. I guess she
Yes.
assumed the goat is pregnant. She said that
Yeah.
that she wasn't going to say the man's name as yet until she deals with the police. What?
She assumes the goat
What?
is pregnant. Yeah.
Peggy,
Yeah.
have you come across that video again? Say, I have not even seen that or heard about that. What? Jesus.
She's thinking that the goats may be pregnant. Yes,
Jesus.
humans. Yes, and like I said to you, Sweet Peach, that dog story you said, and people sleeping with their dogs or bunking their dogs is very, very normal out here. Very, very normal. It's not a good thing to know about, even for kids to know about. Yes,
Wow.
but we know that it happens. We know that men take their bullies and try to push it into dogs' things. We know that dogs use their tongue on women. That we know that is so common. Yes, and I used to. Yes, and we used to see dogs on pornographic movies. Dogs are having fun. Yes.
What?
They do. Yes, Sweet Peach.
You mean dogs
they
with
do.
humans? With humans?
Yes. Yes,
Oh,
Sweet
Jesus.
Peach.
I have never seen any of them. Oh, my gosh.
It does.
Right,
You can see them in pornographic movies. When I was a little bit younger, yes, I
Right.
did watch a lot of porn.
Wow.
Yes, I've seen.
Darn.
That was long time. Maybe
I am
30 years
behind.
ago.
I am not in the world then, because I have never seen no porno like that, or even what the heck. I gotta really do
30,
something.
40 years
Jesus.
ago, yes.
Lord
30,
have
40
mercy.
years ago, yes.
Wow.
With my husband.
Okay. I've seen porn before, but I'm saying with animals in it. You know what I mean?
They have.
Lord have mercy.
They
This
have.
is crazy now. Hey.
And all these people that you see, there are some cultures. And I even saw in South America. Yes, I saw that also in South America. I'm not going to call name countries.
Right.
Yes, we see the horses and the humans. Yes, I did see a horse and a human. Yes, can you imagine
You
that
actually
thing,
saw
that
it?
very, yes,
Like,
I did. Can you
what
imagine
the
that
hell?
very, very long horses thing? I don't even think that should have been possible, but it was possible.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Yes, it is possible.
Oh,
yes.
Jesus. What?
Yes, and that poor goat.
That poor
goat,
goat.
yeah, he must be pregnant. They should just kill it and have a nice, and take it out and have a nice
Have some goat.
dinner.
Curry goat.
Nice. Look at this one, curry goat.
But this, okay, see, but okay, in that situation, right, if that goat is pregnant, what kind of baby they is going to have?
Yes, but I'm sorry, my religion does not allow me to think that far. It's true.
Because
It's
if she's
satanic.
saying that, she's thinking that the goat might be pregnant.
Yes,
Jesus.
it's satanic. Yes, the goat is pregnant, but the goat is not going to survive. The goat is going to die.
Oh.
Yeah, that goat is not going to make it.
Lord have mercy. Jesus.
Yes, because the goat now is going to carry that human baby. The human baby inside the goat is going to die, and the goat itself is going to die. But before we think that that goat is going to be carrying that human baby, is it possible for that goat to be pregnant? Don't forget about what I just said. These animals do not have our chromosomes. So when the sperm is released into that goat, It doesn't mean that any egg that sperm meets is gonna germinate. No.
Wow.
He's not gonna germinate.
Mm.
It may have germinate something that will become a cyst,
Oh, wow.
a disease thing.
Lord,
But it's
have
not gonna
mercy.
germinate it to form a baby.
I don't want no more goat meat. Carolyn Cox is saying that we don't eat the she-goat in Jamaica.
Oh, why?
Mercy K is asking, can a goat be pregnant from a human? I don't think so, but...
No, I don't think so. Yeah, it's not possible because the womb is not created for that. That kind of womb doesn't hold. The male sperm will not germinate it.
Kapaying. It would end up kapaying the goat, right? It will end up
It will not germinate it. No, sweet people, listen. No, listen, come back. Come back, listen. So the man sleeps with the goat and he deposits we're going to use languages, straight languages. He deposits his spermatozoa into the goat.
Yeah.
Yes, but where is the chance that he is going to germinate any egg that he will meet there? Where is the chance? There is no chance that he will germinate an egg.
Have mercy.
So yes, there is no chance. And our own human egg has been made to swim into a cavity, into the ovary, and goes right there.
Yeah.
But you see the way the ovary of the womb of the goat or the cow or these four-legged animals, that their wombs are positioned differently, so the sperm will not even go. No, I don't think so. I think that goat may have been pregnant, just like somebody said.
Yeah, Carolyn Cox said that the goat was already pregnant. Yeah, and that could be true too.
Because there were scientifically, I know that the men's sperm will germinate anything when they meet inside a woman, and that's inside a woman or a petri dish only, but it will not germinate inside a goat. I don't believe so.
Lord have mercy.
Because the genetic makeup does not permit it. It doesn't. It doesn't just see anything. Otherwise, can you imagine? But Sweet Peach, the world has lived for over 3,000-4,000 years. Do you think that today, that all these people that live around the world, do you think that one day somebody has not tried it to see what they will have?
True.
They have.
I believe that they probably have.
Many people have tried it and they have seen that, nothing comes out of it.
My God.
All those nice hotels that they have in Europe, and all these women who are there coming to attend those animals and let the animals just flex on them a little bit. And then
now that one there, so that's going beyond now. That's crazy. To have a hotel? Oh God.
Yeah, why not? Where else would they go and do it? In a house? It could be a house. Do you know the millions of things that could have happened? It could be a house. How would we ever know?
True.
But I know that prostitutes do sleep with animals. They sleep with their clients, and their clients have animals like dogs.
Yeah.
Yes, they do. The only animal that I will think that will not tolerate a human is a cat.
True. Lord have mercy.
A cat will not tolerate a human. A cat is too clean and is too self-conscious.
That cat will be scratching and tearing them up. It won't be that easy.
Yeah, so the cat will not allow it. But yes, other humans, other animals, yes, they do. Oh my God, they do. So it's so easy for them to do. Why do you think that? Do you see the bulldog? When you have, if people who own dogs know that when they are horny, that they should change their undies fast. If you have a male dog and you are horny, you should be changing your underwears very fast, because the dog can pick up your pheromones.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Yes, they can pick up your hormones. and they can know you're honey. Why else do dogs, those young dogs, those adolescent dogs, will be bonking your... waiting for the Nadimania.
Oh, God.
Why
sorry.
else would those dogs be bonking your leg? Well, India, check for me by the camera.
Hey.
Waiting for the Nadimania. I need to know if na I'm for that.
I gotta go soon. Maybe 2 more minutes. Lord have mercy.
Yes, sweet pitch. Let me leave you. Yes, you see those adolescent dogs. You said they will say, "Oh, the dog is in heat," and he will be bonking on the owner's things.
And then like,
it's not,
you're right. I've seen that.
Longer,
oh my
exactly.
God.
Yeah,
Wow.
It's no longer allowed. So you have to take your animal for training. Yes, when you own a dog now, yes, there are certain lessons. Here in Europe, when you own a dog, there are certain lessons that the dogs need to go through to understand that how to live with humans. And there was a girl in Nigeria who was on Facebook, was on Instagram, and she had 2 dogs, and all the time this dog would be crying at night. And one day the cook, her chef, told her that these are your dogs. Do you know that they're gay? And she didn't understand why. She could leave them at home together with themselves. They're happy. And then her servant came and said to her, "Your dogs, they're gay. 2 male dogs. They are bonking each other." And then she set the camera, and there they were on the camera, bonking each other.
What the heck?
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
Jesus
2 male
God.
dogs. And she said, "I'm going to be looking at these dogs differently now." Yeah, but
Lord
they are your
have
dogs
mercy.
already.
I've
There's
heard it
nothing you
all.
can do.
What?
Yes. Have
Jesus.
a nice day, everyone. I hope you have a lovely one.
Thank you, Sissy.
Our condolences goes to
Pope.
the kid.
Yeah.
The Pope doesn't have does he have kids?
Well,
Not that our condolence.
Not that I ever heard about. Jesus, take the wheel. I've heard it all, but this one here today, Lord have mercy. Thank you for sharing, Cece.
Right.
Enlighten us. Knowledge is power. Hey. Chick said, I've heard of a story where a man has sex with a chicken. What? Imagine that one. Like, damn, crazy things. LOL, a chicken? No. How the heck? How the heck? A chicken chick? It's too much, oh. It's too much. I'm sorry, guys, but sorry. Very interested story topic today. My God, I've learned a lot. Telcla Phillips, thank you so much for the 3 coffees. She said, enjoy these coffees with me after hearing this. Lord, indeed. Jesus, take the wheel is all I got to say on this one. Because I have never, ever in my life heard so much or so many things that really is happening in the world. I'm even shocked, but you know, I guess we live and we learn. I'm curious about a lot of things that I heard here today, so I'm just going to really look into some of it because I'm shocked of a lot of things that I heard, but it is happening, right? Real life, real world. And enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for joining. Bye-bye.